The Pentagon didn't leak it. The White House didn't leak it. So who did? President Trump just gave us his answer, and it has Democrats scrambling. But before we get into this story, please like, comment, and share Explain America. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. After weeks of media spin undermining the U.S. airstrikes on Iran's nuclear program, President Trump has had enough. In a fiery new interview, Trump said he wants to see prosecutions for whoever leaked the preliminary Defense Intelligence Agency report, claiming the strikes only set Iran back by a few months. And he isn't ruling out going after the reporters themselves. Now, let's look at Trump in his interview because it's a real eye-opener.
And then we had to suffer the fake news, where the fake news in CNN and the New York Times was saying, well, maybe it wasn't as good as Trump said. Maybe it wasn't totally obliterated, but it was destroyed, but not, just horrible. And I could see it happening. And they tried to build that into a story. And then it turned out, no, it was obliterated like nobody's ever seen before. And that meant the end to their nuclear ambitions, at least for a period of time. And a lot of people have said, well, do you think they're going to start again? I said, the last thing they want to do right now is think about nuclear. They have to put themselves back into condition and shape.
You tweeted the Democrats leaked an intelligence.
They should be prosecuted.
Who specifically? Do we know who did it? Will you be able to find out?
They can find out. If they wanted, they could find out easily. You go up and tell the reporter, national security, who gave it. You have to do that. And I suspect we'll be doing things like that.
Well, those pilots were so courageous.
He's not just blowing smoke. Trump's legal team has already sent retraction demands to outlets like CNN and the New York Times. And according to White House insiders, the DOJ is opening an investigation into who fed national security intel to the press and why. The DIA report in question directly contradicted the administration's announcement that the strikes on Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan had obliterated Iran's nuclear capability. But Trump says the report was low confidence, incomplete, and never should have been leaked in the first place, especially while U.S. forces and allies were still monitoring Iranian response. And now he says the leaks are being weaponized to humiliate America and to protect Iran. This is fake news and it's dangerous, Trump said. They're lying to help our enemies hurt our country. And the White House isn't alone in its fury. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Joint Chiefs Chair General Dan Reason-Kane both blasted the DIA memo last week, saying it lacked context, was rushed, and failed to capture the full extent of the damage. Israel's own intel officials backed them up, causing the U.S. strikes to say they were very significant, warning that assessments take time and not headlines. So who leaked it? Trump is pointing his finger at the Democrats. In a Truth Social post, he said that they should be prosecuted if guilty. This is shaping up to be one of the biggest national security leak hunts since the Trump-Russia hoax, and the stakes are just as high. The president is demanding accountability. The DOJ is now involved, and legacy media outlets are bracing for subpoenas. If the leaker is found, it could be a game changer. Criminal charges, court orders, and possible jail time for the biggest betrayal since the Afghan withdrawal fiasco. The deep state just got exposed again, and this time it looks like there might actually be consequences. Please like Explain America and comment if you would like to see accountability for the leakers.